revenge was his motivator. It was, what can we do today to beat the IRS?
Oh, when anybody ever heard that he was out on the street, whoa.
How does a man who's the #1 investigator of organized crime become their #1 asset overnight? The story begins in Boston in the 1950s with a pioneering treasury agent who had more successful investigations of organized crime than anyone else in the country. His name was Fred G. Pastore.
So here's a street kid with a college education. I mean, I don't think you could get anybody more rounded than that.
Fred could put a case together. He could figure out where the money went.
The IRS had a mission at that time. It needed good publicity. And Dad was great publicity.
With Fred at the top of his game, he was assigned a politically sensitive case investigating a powerful businessman with friends in very high places.
The Bernard Goldfein case that Fred was working on. This was national news.
White House Chief of Staff Sherman Adams improperly received gifts from Boston industrialist Bernard Goldfein.
On September 22nd, Adams resigned as presidential assistant.
It wasn't long before some of these friends decided to fight back.
Bobby Kennedy was investigating my uncle.
I remember looking out the windows and having my parents tell me that we were under surveillance.
I was out front, and these 3 guys showed up with the hats and the suits.
They thought they had him where they wanted him, but they forgot where Fred came from. He was out for vengeance, and on December 13th, 1961, he stepped to the microphone at a packed press conference in downtown Boston. What he announced would shock everyone. The underworld of Boston would never be the same. Welcome to Agent Zero, a podcast about a man who dedicated his entire life to working for the IRS, but when forced out for doing his job too well, decided to take the ultimate vengeance.
Fred was the incarnation of that well-known aphorism, living well is the best revenge.